Hey guys, it's Gretchen and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so for today's video, I am going to do kind of a demonstration but also an informative video. I often get,
I just got a new piercing. How do I clean it?
it's really not that difficult. I know a lot of people get scared because they always hear about people developing bumps, people developing infections, people supposedly developing keloids, even though that's not very common, but a lot of people get them confused. So I am going to show you today how I clean a new piercing. It just so happens that I do have a new piercing. I have not introduced the people of YouTube yet. If you're on Twitter or Instagram, you already know. But if you're here on YouTube only, then you don't know. I don't know why I'm all over the place today with my movements. For those that don't know, I did just recently get my forward helix done right here on my left ear. I only got one done. I do plan to go back and get a second one so that it is a double helix, double forward helix. But I decided to only get one to start with. It's only a couple days old at the time of me filming this. By the time this goes up, it'll be at least a week old. So I thought I would show you all how I typically clean a new piercing. I also have other things here with me to show in case like it needs a little extra cleaning. Like if I notice it start to get a little red or a little gunky looking, I have other means of cleaning. Keep in mind, I only clean my new piercings 2 to 3 times a day, typically 2, first thing in the morning and then last thing in the evening. I also, when I shower, soap and shampoo and stuff does fall around a new piercing, especially if it's up here. But what you need to do there is, because sometimes those soaps can be too harsh for a new piercing, you need to make sure that you rinse it thoroughly. So like this morning when I took a shower, I had shampoo go over my new piercing. I had to make sure that I rinsed it thoroughly, and then I went in with my typical cleaning methods. So my first and my daily cleaning method is just very basic H2O. I take H2O, I take a Q-tip, which some people don't like Q-tips, but you know what? They work, they're fine, they're specific, you can direct them where you want them to go. I have never had a problem with fuzzies. So what you do, you take your Q-tip, you take your H2O, you spray it, and then you get all up into the piercing site. Now, I do my best not to move it too much. It's probably moving now, I can't really tell. But I just go around. There's no reason to wiggle it about. I just get all up in there. Sometimes if I can't really see, then I'll take a second mirror and then I'll hold it off to the side over here, because a place like that is a little difficult to see. But if it's one that you can see pretty well, you don't need to do that. That's it. You just take a Q-tip. If you feel like using both ends, go ahead for it. Make sure you use the whole thing, I don't care. But that's basically what I do. Now, if I find that it needs a little extra treatment, the next step that I will do is use this antimicrobial lotion soap. Now, I know I mentioned in a video that sometimes antimicrobial soap is not the best. However, this is like a last ditch effort. This is not my first and foremost, oh, I just got it, it's perfectly fine, let me go on with this. This is more of a, it's developing a little bit of a bump of some kind, and H2O doesn't seem to be doing it, so let me go in with this. Now, I only use this once a day when I do it. I'll do it for about a week, and then I stop. Usually by that point, it's fine. Right now, my mid-helix is getting a little crusty. For some reason, it's bleeding. I don't know if I bumped it or irritated the heck out of it or whatnot, but I am currently using this on that. I'm on day 2, so I got 5 more days to go before I truly start seeing a difference. So what I do for this, once again, I take a Q-tip. I will, at this point, wet it a little bit on the end just so that it's damp. I will then take this, I will pop it, and I will just let it drizzle on top of that. Sound good? So I just put a little bit on the end there, and then I go around the site. I clean it, I kind of scrub it. I'm not vigorous with it, but I do want it to get in there, so I will go around it. If I need to move the jewelry some, I will. And then at that point, I will toss this typically and get a new Q-tip, brand new Q-tip. I will wet that and I will clean all around in there, trying to get excess soap off that I can see. And then at that time, I'll use the other end to get off anything extra that kind of rinses it some. If I'm in the shower, then obviously I can just let it hit the spot. But if I'm doing it at my sink or something, I'll take a washcloth. I will not put the washcloth on the piercing site, but I'll kind of wring it over top so that the water goes in there. Make sense? So that's my second method of cleaning, but that's only if it starts to get a little funky and things like that. Because like I said, antimicrobial soaps are not always the best for a brand new piercing. But if you're noticing that a bump is forming or that's a little more crusty than normal or oozy, that is a good means to try and clear that up. My next step, and I have mentioned this before in my healing my Daith piercing video, which will be up here somewhere, is doing a sea salt soak paste. Now, this is like your piercing has gone off the deep end, you don't know what's going on, it looks like it could explode at any moment, that kind of a thing. I don't do salt soak pastes typically. I take this natural sea salt, non-iodized, make sure of that. So what you do with this is you take 1/4 of a teaspoon, so a very tiny amount, 1/4 of a teaspoon of this. You put it into 8 ounces of water. Make sure that the water is warm, not scalding hot, not freezing, but just like room temperature or a little warmer. You do that, you mix it up, and then what you can do at that point, it's not really a paste. I don't know why I always refer to it as a paste. I guess because I pack it on the site or whatever, but it's not really a paste. So what I end up doing is either taking a cotton round or pull off like a pinch of a cotton ball. I soak it in that and then I put it on the site. With my Daith piercing, it was super simple to do because it's all up in there, and so it holds really well. What I do is I either keep it on there for roughly 30 minutes to an hour. That may seem a little long for some, but I tell you, it works. Or I even keep it on overnight, which also sounds really long and might irritate it some, but because it's such a diluted solution, it's fine. And believe me, it cleared up whatever was going on with that. Yes, it can irritate a little bit because salt is an irritant, but that's why you dilute it. So it's only 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt and 8 ounces of warm water. Not scalding, but you do want it warm. Some people will say you only need to do like 10 minutes. Honestly, I personally don't think that's enough time. However, I am not a professional. Do not take my word for it. Take this with a grain of salt. I just find that it really doesn't give it enough time to truly get in there and kind of kill whatever bacteria is going on. Take that as you will. I'm sure some people will chastise me in the comments below. It's just how it goes. My final last ditch effort that I will do, it's not really a last ditch effort, it's just more of a preventative measure, tea tree oil. Now, a lot of people are not a fan of tea tree oil because a lot of people don't use it correctly. Tea tree oil is very potent. You do not take a Q-tip and dunk it in there and immediately put it on your site. You are asking for problems with that. So, what I do is tea tree oil, Q-tip. I do dunk it in there, get a good amount on there, but then I take it over to a sink and I run a few drops of water over top of it. Just enough that I can tell tea tree oil is still on there and then just run off. But it helps dilute it down. It helps make it less strong, less potent, so that it's not an irritant. And then what I do is I just kind of rub around the site, let it sit for a bit, and then once again, you have to make sure that you rinse. A lot of people do not rinse. They think, oh, I put it on there, it's fine. No, you gotta rinse it off. Same with the H2 Ocean, I forgot to mention that. You can't just leave it on. Same with the salt compress, whatever you want to call it, with the sea salt concoction. You can't just leave it there. That's what irritates it even more. You have to rinse it. Yes, for that short duration of time, it's fine on there, but then you do have to rinse it off because then if it continues to sit on there, it can make matters worse. So with the tea tree oil, make sure you dilute it. I also do not recommend tea tree oil every day. I don't recommend tea tree oil on a brand spanking new piercing. Like if it's a month old, I don't necessarily recommend it. However, if you are noticing that nothing else is helping, tea tree oil may help. This is what I do for a brand new piercing. So I have a new piercing that's only a few days old. Will I use all of these methods right at the gate? No, because right now it's perfectly fine. So I'm just going to stick with the H2 Ocean. If I notice that it starts to get oozy and crusty, I will move on to the antimicrobial lotion soap. It's a lotion soap, that's why I said lotion. I will use that for about a week. By that time, it's usually cleared up. If it's not, that's when I start doing the sea salt compress, soak, paste, whatever you wanna call it. That's when I start doing that. If that doesn't do anything, then I move on to tea tree oil. If that doesn't do anything for you, like if after all that, nothing clears it up, you just up the creek without a paddle. Just kidding. There's always a means to take care of it. Just Don't do what I did with my Dave Da piercing. Let me know in the comments below what you do with a brand new piercing. Honestly, a lot of people think that you're supposed to do so much with it. You really don't. Just leave it alone. Leave it alone. Don't mess with it. Don't do unnecessary movements to it. Just clean it twice a day, 2 to 3 times a day. Clean it with H2 Ocean. Be nice and gentle with it. Remember that it's there. Sometimes I keep forgetting that this one is there because it's not hurting at all. But again, I'm only on day like 3, 4 of it, so haven't had it very long. But let me know in the comments below like what you like to use. I know a lot of people are very adamant against tea tree oil. A lot of people are very adamant against using H2 Ocean. They'd rather just go straight for the sea salt soap, which is fine. It's all about preference. I just learned from H2 Ocean. When I got my first piercing, that is what my piercers gave me. So that's been my favorite since then. If you have any tips and tricks for people that may develop a piercing bump or an infection or crusties, leave them in the comments below. I know we'd all appreciate to hear them, but that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a big ol' thumbs up. Go on down there and hit that subscribe button wherever it may be, because I don't know. Even though I do, this is just my shtick now. Also hit that notification bell in case you want to know when I upload, and in case YouTube wants to let you know when I upload, because I would really appreciate it. And until next time, bye guys.